I think it's important that people understand that climate change is a very long-term problem and that the carbon dioxide that we emit today into the atmosphere is going to be around for tens of thousands of years. And so this problem is not going to disappear. We're creating challenges for future societies right now, and anything we do right now to minimize the amount of change is going to last for thousands of years.
I think everyone should realize that climate change means so much more than a simple increase in global mean temperature. In particular, the ability of different land use types to store water, whether as soil moisture, snow, or in lakes and wetlands, and the huge amount of energy involved in melting or evaporating that water can result in changes that are completely unintuitive, such as an increase in soil frost in a warmer climate or an increase in the volume of western Himalayan glaciers.
Climate is critical for agriculture. The climate conditions determine the rate of growth in agricultural production, the amount of food we're able to produce. Food, of course, is critical for human nutrition. It's also important, the process of food production is also important for income generation. It's particularly important for the world's poor. Most of the world's poor live in rural areas. Most of them rely on agriculture directly or indirectly for their income. And they live in the tropics, and the tropics is the very part of the world that is most vulnerable to climate change, where higher temperatures will be most severely felt and where rainfall patterns are likely to change most. And this could really jeopardize the world's food production and income generation, and hence the livelihoods of the poor. So if you're worried about the world's poor, you must be worried. You have to take an interest in climate change.
Climate change has a wide range of impacts, which are more than just a surface temperature increase. As we talk about climate change, we are concerned about the sea level rise. We're concerned about the Arctic sea ice loss. We're talking about the dramatic increase of water vapor in the atmosphere and how that might increase the risk of extreme rainfall for certain regions and droughts for other places.
The one thing people should know about climate change: plan for the worst, hope for the best.
So the one thing that everyone should know about climate change is that we cannot solve climate change problems if we first don't look at the justice implications of climate change solutions and impacts. The core debates around climate governance center on questions of distribution, of who has to pay to solve climate change issues, who bears the burden if we don't solve climate change issues, and who benefits from solving climate change issues. These are all questions of distribution, but we also need to ask questions about recognition and procedure in identifying who even gets to sit at the table. If we don't focus on these kinds of questions, we won't be able to solve the climate change challenge.
So climate change is nothing new on the Earth. In fact, it's been varying throughout Earth's history. The aspect of climate that is new is that the rate that it's changing now is unprecedented, and it's going to challenge life on the planet to adapt in ways and with speeds that we haven't had to since we've been here as Homo sapiens. Now, ecosystems have evolved under very slowly changing conditions over many millions of years, which allow for adaptation or migration as climate changes. So the environment and organisms it supports have evolved together in a finely tuned balance as a result of that, because it has the time to do it. The CO2 that we're putting into the atmosphere and oceans since the Industrial Revolution has been sequestered in the Earth for many millions of years, but we're burning through it in an instant of Earth's time span. And this threatens the balance between the ecosystems and their environments.
There is consensus among all scientists that climate change is real and it is being caused by human activities. There is no scientific debate, and the global community needs to respond.
This is easy. The one thing is, we can do this. We can solve this problem. We know how to solve this problem. We stop emitting carbon dioxide. We can do that by investing in renewable energy, using the sorts of talent that we have at places like Purdue University to develop new and more efficient and better ways to make energy available to everyone on the planet. When people tell you that that's too hard, it's going to cost us money, they're wrong. Making solutions to this problem will help with the creation of wealth and make the earth a better place, and doing so will be exciting. Maintaining the status quo for the earth is not exciting, it's not inspiring, and this is a problem that we can solve, and we will. That's exciting.